Harry Potter? Weirdly.
So folks, Maggie Smith, best known for Professor McGonagall in mostly all the Harry Potter franchise except for one, was on the Graham Norton show just 4 years after her last film, showcasing her wand techniques. Tons of Harry Potter fans gathered outside of the Hogwarts castle at Universal Studio to raise their wands in tribute of Maggie Smith. Now, of course, when you become a big star for a specific role, it can tend to overshadow your other work.
But also, it's so weird that they'd only know you for that one thing, like you'd never existed before.
No, I never had.
Which, of course, Maggie is able to make light of, which is very respectable.
But that did sort of change your life in a way.
Well, yes, a lot of very small people kind of used to say hello to me, and that was nice.
Now, these films stemming back to 2001 with The Philosopher's Stone, obviously Maggie working pretty close with 3 of the biggest stars in the film.
I shall place the sorting hat on your head.
The cast all paying tribute to Maggie Smith, who has unfortunately passed away at age 89 just 3 days ago.
Hermione Granger?
Emma Watson shares this post to her Instagram story saying, "When I was younger, I had no idea of Maggie's legend. The woman I was fortunate enough to share space with. It is only as I've been an adult that I've come to appreciate that I shared the screen with a true definition of greatness. She was real, honest, funny, and self-honoring. Maggie, there was a lot of male professors, and by God, you held your own. Thank you for all of your kindness. I'll miss you."
Ronald Weasley.
Rupert Grint shared to his Instagram saying, "Heartbroken to hear about Maggie. She was special, always hilarious, and always kind. I feel incredibly lucky to have shared a set with her, and particularly lucky to have shared a dance. I'll miss you, Maggie. Sending all my love to her family, Rupert."
Harry Potter?
Daniel Radcliffe sharing to his Instagram saying, "The first time I met Maggie Smith, I was 9 years old, and we were reading through scenes for David Copperfield, which was my first job. I knew virtually nothing about her other than my parents were awestruck at the fact that I would be working with her. The other thing I knew about her is that she was a dame. So the first thing I asked her when we met was, 'Would you like me to call you dame?' At which she laughed and said something to the effect of, 'Don't be ridiculous.' I remember feeling so nervous to meet her, and then her putting me immediately at ease. She was incredibly kind to me on that shoot, and then I was lucky enough to go on working with her for another 10 years on the Harry Potter films. She was a fierce intellect, a gloriously sharp tongue, could intimidate and charm in the same instant, and was, as everyone would tell you, extremely funny. I will always consider myself amazingly lucky to have been able to work with her and to spend time around her on set. The word legend is overused, but if it applies to anyone in our industry, then it applies to her. Thank you, Maggie." Now, of course, Maggie is praised for other films outside of the Harry Potter series. The fans out there celebrating several movies of hers and even her 2 Oscar wins.
I will not stand quietly by and allow myself to be crucified by a woman whose fetid frustration has overcome her judgment.
Lie is so unmusical a word.
And of course, folks, her beloved TV show, Downton Abbey.
It's only since Downton that people seem to know, who stopped me and asked me. But it's only since Downton, and that's television for you.
This family might be approaching dissolution.
But now we gotta go back to Harry Potter here for a second. As Maggie Smith really crushed one of the most epic, badass scenes of Harry Potter, The Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Pier totum locomotor. Hogwarts is threatened. Man the boundaries. Protect us. Do your duty to our school.
Woo! And also being pretty excited about casting that spell.
I've always wanted to use that spell.
Wands up for the late Professor McGonagall. Yeah, folks, rest in peace. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the Harry Potter series, and ta-ta for now.